This time 2 years ago, I was called Adam. I knew from a young kid that I didn't feel right in my body. I didn't want to play with action figures, and I longed to wear pretty dresses and have long hair. As I grew older, my longing to do girly things over boy-type things became stronger. It was far more than just wanting to dress up like a girl and play with dolls. I actually felt like I was a girl. By the time I reached 18, I knew for sure that I was in fact Ava, not Adam. But I was too afraid to tell anyone. Then everything changed when I met Paul. Hey, I'm Delta, but I used to be known as Paul. When my dad found out that I was bisexual, he freaked out, as he's a stubborn military man who is under the belief that men should be with women. I told him that I might end up with a woman, but I might also end up with a man. Mom was far more accepting of everything. When I was little, she walked in on me dressed up in my sister's dresses on more than one occasion. She never made me feel bad about it, she just advised me not to do it when Dad was home, as he wouldn't understand. The problem was that I was hiding a massive secret, one that I knew my dad wouldn't be able to accept. I didn't want to be Paul, because I wasn't meant to be him. Instead, I was meant to be a girl. I hid my true feelings because I didn't want to anger my dad, which would then upset my mom. I lived a lie to save the feelings of a man who couldn't accept me for me. Then my life changed one night in a gay club when I met Adam. Paul had the most amazing eyes. He was really funny and so easy to talk to. He bought me a drink and we talked for hours. We just clicked. After that, we started dating and I found myself falling for him. The problem was that he didn't know that I longed to have a body to match my mind. It wasn't long before I was completely in love with Adam. At first, I told myself that as long as I had him, I could live life in the wrong body. As time went on, I soon realized that I couldn't, as even though I had the perfect boyfriend, I wasn't the person I wanted to be. I started to act distant and withdrawn from myself and the world. I hated myself, and I hated the fact I was born in the wrong body. I wasn't sure I could do any of this anymore. It was all too much. I collapsed at work and was taken to the hospital. Turns out it was from severe stress. I broke down and told the doctor exactly how I felt. He was really nice and advised that I see a counselor to talk through my feelings. I started seeing a counselor once a week, and she made me see things clearly. I needed to be honest with Paul and with myself. I knew that it would be an unbelievably tough journey ahead, but I was going to start telling people that I was transgender and begin living as Ava. When Adam told me he needed to talk, I was terrified. I convinced myself that he was going to break up with me, as his behavior lately had significantly changed. I didn't want to lose him as I loved him so much. I dreaded that chat. But when he told me that he'd been born in the wrong body and was actually a girl, I laughed out of relief. At first, I was mad at Paul for laughing at me. Then he confessed that he felt the same way, and that he knew that he was really a woman, not a man. I laughed too. Then I hugged him. We stayed like that, just hugging and crying and laughing for ages. Then I told him I loved him, and he said he loved me too. Ava and I have been living as women for nearly 2 years now. We've both been taking hormones to help us on our transition. Neither of us have had the big operation yet, but we're both working towards that. My dad can't accept me as Delta, and he refuses to talk to me anymore. He also banned my mom and sister from seeing me, but they come and visit me in secret. I don't think my dad will ever come round, but that's his loss. I couldn't keep on living a lie to please him. I'm so ridiculously happy. It's been hard, but now I know I'm well on the way to becoming the woman I've always known I can be. I love Delta with all my heart, and I'm so fortunate to have her. Delta and I are in the process of opening a community center for non-conforming gender people in the area. Talking to people helps, and we really want to support other people who are struggling like we did, as no one should go through this alone. We've done a few fundraisers so far, including a fun run and celebrity-themed quiz night. Next weekend, we're having a massive party where everyone has to come dressed as their favorite pop star. I'm going as Lady Gaga because I think she's amazing, and I can't wait. Life hasn't always been easy, but right now, I wouldn't change a thing. I have the best girlfriend in the world, and I finally get to live my life out as the gender I was always meant to be. Thank you for listening to our story. It means a lot. If you're struggling with your identity, then please remember that you're never alone, and there are people